and guest Leela Devi.
Fantastic.
Qualified speakers.
So let's invite the first evaluator to the podium. Telling about him, he is head of quality assurance, reliability, HSC and ESG at India Grid. And a personal introduction to add on to his welcoming thing. He is the one whom I would like to call him as the chat GPT of Toastmasters, because anything and everything related to Toastmaster I will check with him. Anything and everything you can check with him. So let's put our hands together to welcome distinguished Toastmaster Sateesh Kumar onto the stage.
Thank you so much, Priya. Warm good morning to Meraki, guests and members from the esteemed Chennai communicators. The longer you stand on the cliff, the lesser are the chances you will jump. Thank you so much, Deepak, for not standing that longer to change the perception you had about the community, particularly on the stereotypes. So today I'm going to talk about 3 things which I like the most in his speech. Number 1, starting with the characterization and gestures. This speech had plenty of opportunity to talk about the different characters who he interacted, and also his train journey, how he saw the people, everything, and also the gestures he used. Leave alone the topic of first moment when he asked about someone is coming and knocking at you in the door in the car, how you'll react to it. Brilliant way of using the characterization and also the gestures, whole part of your speech, number 1. Number 2, how relevant your speech to the topic of your speech objective, which talks about understanding the culture and also few stereotypes you go through that, how will you connect with it. Brilliant way, pick up a topic where you have identified a specific aspect and you do brilliantly connected with the topic objectives as well. Number 3, this speech has an objective to interact with the audience and make them aware and be with them. The way you ask the questions initially, to ask them how do you give, even someone is not opening up, you're pulling them onto it. And also the connect of the topic itself, because it's, I'll tell you, Deepak, it's a very, very specific topic and very tough topic, a risky one to fall on the jump. You made it beautifully well connected and you made all the taboos allowed in the Toastmasters and you perform well on connecting with the audience also. These are the 3 things I loved the most in the speech. Though you had this brilliant speech, I had 2 simple recommendations for you to take up to the next level of your speech. Number 1, I call it as a callback technique or a foundation phrase. To say here you had something called TBD, you might had it for a kind of a surprise at the end of the speech. What I suggest here is the whole speech will have plenty of lessons and learning. People say don't even remember more than 2 minutes of a conversation we had. If you can split your entire speech into 3 segments where you can call back a particular phrase, even you could have made it your TBD as a phrase for you, to bring it back and take it back after your few segments of a speech, it could have been easy for us to relate it and replenish, number 1. Number 2, we call it as tie the loose end technique. Tie the loose end, which means you started with a brilliant way of asking questions of how you give a money to someone when come and knock you. But over a period of time, that impact you created got lost. But instead, at the end, you could have asked the audience, friends, next time when someone knocks at your door, whether you give them money or not, leave it. But think about what I said and experienced. Can you relate them emotionally? Money is a secondary one. This could have made us to connect on the whole story from the open to end. With these 2 improvements, I'm sure that people will forget what you said, what you told them, but they'll never forget what you made them feel. Thank you so much, Deepak.
Thank you so much for that impactful and informative evaluation.